3 games last night, drama in every single one of them. We start with the Philadelphia 76ers in Toronto to take on the Raptors. The game went to overtime. What happened then?
Classic Monday morning quarterback walk-off 3 by Joel Embiid, the first center in the last 25 years to achieve such a feat in the playoff game. As a perimeter player, let me tell you something. When the coach dropped the play for your center to shoot a 3, he better make it. Like, real talk. Like, the other 14 guys, like, that was Tobias Harris. He make $180 million to play basketball, setting an up screen for Joel, this year's possible MVP. And I'm just happy for Joel because it encompasses what's been a magical season for him individually. So many times we can focus on the Ben Simmons storyline or what's going to happen with Doc Rivers or bringing on Harden or Maxi's emergence. But Joel Embiid's dominance and his ability to be not only a guy that can lead the league in scoring, but a guy that you can draw up a game-winning walk-off 3-point shot. Do you realize what will happen if he missed that shot and they lose that game? What we be saying about Doc Rivers today?
Oh, yeah, we'd be clowning him.
Absolutely.
That was a great play, though, because he gets clowned a lot for his coaching decisions, especially in the playoffs. That was a great play.
And I appreciate the way Joel has stayed healthy and he delivered.
Another thing about Doc Rivers, called the timeout. Because remember, Joel Embiid was out to throw a desperation heave from half court. Doc Rivers called the timeout. Those 2 great decisions from Doc.
And former player thing. Shout to Doc. I saw him running. You got to do some yoga, OG. You got to do some yoga, OG. You got to stretch it out when you in the sauna and the steam. You got to do the executive workouts. I saw him running a half court, Jacoby. And that timeout, as you mentioned, was a crucial thing. And again, like the Toronto Raptors are depleted. This should be a Wallace sweep for the Sixers. It's going to be interesting to see, however, that what happens in the next series. Here's why. The elephant in the room for me is I talked about Maxey, talked about Harris. You know who we ain't talking about?
There's one player on that team also on a max deal that we're not discussing.
James Harden. He fouled out.
Yeah, he did.
And he probably would have been the guy that they ran that play for. My point exactly. And so, again, in the first round of the playoffs, you can get away with your second best player not playing up
being
the
your
par.
4th best player.
Correct. But in the next series, they not going to be able to do it.
Miami Heat got something for James. We've seen what they've done to Trae Young. They got something for ball-dominant guards that want to dribble up top. They
and
got
remember,
for them.
Jimmy Butler, former Sixer as well. So I'm looking forward to that series because, again, Atlanta, Toronto are depleted.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
At full strength, they'd have trouble.
Yeah, they have a little more trouble, but I believe those are easier first-round opponents now once the series started than it was initially on paper as them teams made the playoffs.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.